So what is the disadvantages? I mean, why would someone take this over, say, just a regular 1031, or why wouldn't they?
Great question. Yeah. So the first thing to understand is the deal needs to be big enough, right? Okay. So we need to have basically $1 million net proceeds. Okay. And at least $500,000 or so in actual gain. Okay. So let's walk through that. You're selling a $300,000 rental and you have $100,000 gain. Too small. Right. But you tell me, Brett, I have 3 of those, and one's worth $350,000. And then 300, and now I'm at $1,050,000, and then my gain on 3 of those is over 500. Yes, okay, so you can sell slowly and move it in, right? But if you just have like a one-off deal, that's $450,000, and you're deferring $50,000 to tax, like it's too small for us. It needs to be big enough to make sense. Why? Because there's fees that we need to have the actual corpus, the main principal balance, be able to pay for the ongoing fees, which is probably the biggest thing that people look at. They go, oh no, ongoing fees, okay. Yes, so there are ongoing fees, just like Netflix is an ongoing, thing. However, we want to show you how to make that an investment, not an expense, by getting a brand new depreciation schedule. Obviously, hopefully buying at a discount, right? And also lowering your net income by deciding when and if you receive income. And so those are some of the things we can dive into more, and they can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com to learn more about. But the fees are typically the biggest thing, because if you do a 1031, it's like, $750, and you just pay that to the QI company and you go buy another deal. Although, keep in mind, when you're buying property, hopefully you didn't overpay, but if you can find a good deal, I still do 1031 exchanges with clients. I'm a multifamily broker here in Sacramento. And so I'm not against the 1031. I've done 1031s. I've done Delaware's. Of course, I've done Deferred Sales Trust. I just think clients are best suited when they have options and they can do it based upon their actual wealth plan and their needs, right? So just determine what is best for you. And for some people, it is buying that next deal. And it is, if it's a value add deal where you can raise the rents, right? You can make a good return, by all means, go for it, right? Those would be the reasons you stick with the 1031. I think the last one just is, oftentimes people are they're comfortable in what they know, right?
Right.
And they just don't know this new thing. It sounds too good to be true. Their CPA hasn't heard about it. Some people have a hard time getting over that their CPA didn't tell them about it. The counter to that is you go to your general practitioner, Brandon, who's taking, he's giving you the flu shot, he's doing some general stuff, and you've been healthy for 20 years. Like the blockbuster has worked for you, right? But then all of a sudden you need like ACL surgery, right? Well, your practitioner is probably not going to do that surgery, right? And so this is the part where we say, hey, look, you got to break free from thinking that the general practitioner is all things for all purposes, and you need to go to the brain surgeons here for the Deferred Sales Trust. Which, by the way, I'm not the brain surgeon. I'm just kind of like the nurse. I'm the trustee. I check you in for surgery, and then the surgery's done. All that being said, we have thousands of business professionals now that have joined us: financial advisors, business brokers, CPAs, national law firms. It's been vetted and looked at by so many groups. And again, the IRS, all of the audits. So once you understand that, and hopefully you've been early with us, we need to close this or set this up before close of escrow, right? Because if it's too late, meaning the buyers removed all contingencies, then we can't help you. However, if you're in a 1031, we can save a failed 1031. So there's some caveats there, but the key is to plan and get with us early so we can really help you lay out your options and find out what's the best fit for you.
You have just listened to another information-packed episode of Capital Gains Tax Solutions with Brett Swarts. We hope you enjoyed today's show and found it helpful. Visit capitalgainstaxsolutions.com to access the show notes and to access more resources. Don't forget to leave a review and join us again next time.